How does community-owned childcare centers support expanded economic and education opportunities for women? How does improved economic and education opportunities for women contribute to upward social mobility and enhance their children's education and social well-being? How does community-owned childcare center create opportunities for gender dialogue on shared caregiving? And the approach we used is an implementation research methodology, which allowed us to implement, learn, reflect, and tweak. From the first part of the implementation, we started with the women economic empowerment. But as we were implementing, one of the key things that happened is every time we were calling for training, the women were coming with children. And interestingly, we had the children who were between the ages of 8 and also as low as 2 years. And for the children who are 8, these are the children who could be going to school. And it was quite a puzzle. Why is an 8-year-old together with the women in the training? For them being so young, they prefer let them get older, they get strong, the legs being strong for them to walk the long distances. The first thing was because of this is the issue that we have, let us create community ECD centers, which was interesting because yes, some of the children went to the ECD centers and the women were able to participate somehow in the trainings and the other economic activities that we are training them on. But also we had these other young children who are 2 years. We usually used to see the women also either coming with them to the training or when they're going to do other activities like going to fetch firewood and water, carrying them on their back. As we know, Kajiado is an area that is very dry. Most of the time they could be able to mention that they get tired to them as the women also, but the children also get severe headache and vomit because of the hot sun. We are able to sit together with them and say, what can we be able to do? Because being able to leverage on the existing community structures, the first thing they told us, the people who are positioned to take care of our children are the grandmothers. But you find nowadays the grandmothers, they are also busy and sometimes they have other activities they need to take care of. But now there are other homesteads that you have the grandmothers who can be able to support in the childcare. We saw because this is an issue that is not only affecting the women, but the whole community. We need to bring everybody together to get their feedback. And now through that, we're able to get a model, which is a community-owned childcare centers, whereby the community come together. They see these are very strategic space. We can be able to have childcare centers that the women can be able to access when they're going to the market, when they're going to other activities for them to access. Interestingly, we have been able to see the men coming on board, and this is through their involvement. How do we bring them on board? Through the beginning of the whole implementation to decide and design the whole childcare, how it looks like. This is the model that we are using by training the caregivers, and by training the caregivers having a safe space for them. And the safe space is community owned. The women are able to design how the childcare they want it to look like, and it is built using the locally available resources. As you'll be able to see in the other subsequent pictures, the structure of the childcare is similar to a manyatta. And now we are able to provide some of the materials and encourage the community to be able to make materials using the locally available resources.